Hi everybody, in today's video I'm going to discuss the possibility of making a rotary device to control feed rate override up and down and the reset. And the reason is because a few days ago one of my subscribers asked me the question, see if it was possible to actually use some sort of potentiometer or some jog wheel to do that task. And he mentioned also that he had one of those multimedia keyboards, kind of like this one that I got here. So there's got the multimedia buttons and the volume control. And at the moment, I knew I had a keyboard like that, but I didn't know what it was. So my answer was, well, the only way to find out is if you plug it in and open the Mac 3 screen editor and try to configure those buttons and see if it works, and please let me know if you have positive results. And he answered back and he said, yeah, it does work. So what I want to discuss today is the difference in between a potentiometer is a rotary device and actually what the keyboard uses is an encoder. The difference is a potentiometer is just a resistant device that will have a limited range of motion that will vary from 0 to whatever the potentiometer value is. And you can use a potentiometer to actually, accomplish some function with an external hardware like Arduino, kind of like they use on these little joysticks that you can use with Arduino. It's got a couple of little potentiometers, same as this one, to actually vary the direction of motion. You had to write the code to be able to detect the value of the potentiometer, and when it's 0 or the middle range of the potentiometer they use at 0, and then the positive or negative. After that will determine whatever you want to accomplish with the code. So the encoders also will do that, except that this will generate some sort of square wave, and since it's got two contacts, they're called incremental encoders, quadrature devices. That will, what it means is it compares two different square waves that the potentiometer will put out just because the way is built, and those two square waves are separated by some angle on the rotary device inside. The contacts are separated by some distance, and the angle of the square wave is usually 90 degrees, and you want that to determine which direction the encoder is rotating. So you compare the two waves. If one is before the other one, if A is before B, then it's clockwise, and B is before A, then it's counterclockwise, kind of like that. So the thing is, with an encoder, it's got unlimited range of motion. You can turn it one way or the other, and the little pulses correspond to the square wave pulses, and the distance of the device itself. Now, what I want to do here is I got an Arduino UNO, and we're gonna download some code already made for it, and we'll demonstrate how actual encoder works with the Arduino to be able to control something on the computer. In this case, a volume control. So we can program such control into the Mac 3 screen editor to be able to raise the button up or down. Now the keyboard, this has got a microcontroller that is the encoder for the whole keyboard, and on this particular microcontroller it's got a couple of traces that go from the encoder to the microcontroller itself that will probably have all of those functions and program already built into the microcontroller itself. So that's the reason you plug this in, and it's got the drivers already for Windows, so you can do that. If we want to build a remote control, then we have to use a pure and simple encoder or potentiometer, and we had to add that extra hardware to be able to actually make it work. So the purpose of the video is just to demonstrate you know, that you can actually do it and what is necessary to do it. So let's do it. Very well, so I got the Arduino IDE open, and as you can see, the code is already here. I downloaded this code from dronebotsworkshop.com, and it's got a video I will link down on the description about the functioning of these rotary encoders. And he uses an Arduino UNO, just like you see here, to demonstrate that actually works with the encoder. When you turn it one way or the other, it actually does something on the screen. So let me go ahead and open the serial monitor here, and we're gonna start turning the encoder to the right or clockwise. And when I do that, you can see that on the screen actually inputs the direction clockwise, value 14, 15. If I keep rotating, changes the value, and you can see also that the green LED is lit. Now if I go to the left, now I start decreasing the value towards 0, right? And you can see that the red LED is on, and it keeps going to the negative values there, depending on which way you rotate it. So that's clockwise, that's counterclockwise, etc. So this is basically it. Now this is an Arduino UNO, and if you watch that video that I'm telling you about, then it tells you exactly how to connect it and how to code it. I'm not gonna get into that because it's just basically this is what I wanted you to see. So I went ahead and got the keyboard and opened my tree screen and configured the button to be able to move the feed rate up and down. So let me show you, it really actually works. So if I go to the right, it increases the feed rate. Then I can reset it. There you go. And if I go to the left, it decreases it, right? And you can see that it does work. All right, so this is gonna be all for this video. Thank you very much for watching. If you lasted till the end, it means a lot to me. Anyway, I hope this video was useful to you. Maybe you can implement something like this on your project if you're trying to build a remote control for your CNC machine. If you have any comments or questions, please let me know in the comments below. And you want to subscribe to the channel, well, I will appreciate that a lot. And we'll see you next time in my next video. Bye-bye. See you later.